You can't tell me that Haki can't stop ball handcuffs.
Bullet fought the entire worst generation minus Law and won. Like
not only that though, but he also fought Lucci. Like there's a combination of people who fought together in order to fight him.
We give Akainu future sight because of what he did. We see similar with Cat. Cat also has that. But we know for a fact, Cat only has two things what animals can do already: awakening and future sight. But a cat also has conquerors, and he was doing conquerors advanced techniques a little bit during his fight with Luffy. No, look back; they were actually relatively even. We watched the movie.
He got knocked out of Snake Man. Bullet then went into his Devil Fruit.
Bashi, we watched the movie. I already watched it.
There's no way you can rewatch this movie and think Cat could beat this man. We got another two from Inferno Night. Strongest character Douglas Bullet beats. Loki?
No, man. No, he is not being Loki. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not being Loki.
Strongest character Bullet can beat?
Kid.
I've said this before.
I've said this before.
He got to go higher than that, I think.
Yeah.
He does everything better than Kid does.
True.
Which is why I think we got to go higher than Kid for the people he can beat. The strongest person he can beat.
No.
Hold on. Larry, you have Cat over Kid. You think Cat would beat Bullet?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm so confused. Did you say
no,
Kid?
I actually think Cat would beat Bullet.
Yo, brother, stop, bro. Stop.
Think about it, Lionel.
Analyze the thing about it.
The pod is gonna last another hour. We can't do this. Stop it right now.
Think about it, bro.
Stop. Think about what, my brother.
Lionel, you think about it, please.
Yeah,
I did think about it. I'm not saying it's like a win-win. Definitely extreme death. But Ken, Cat was showing conquerors during his fight with Luffy. He has future sight and he has awakening. And if you look at the Gear 4 versus Bullet, the fight was mostly Gear Snake Man versus Bullet. Bowman wasn't really fully there, active like that until later on. But talking about in the pocket, they really turned evenly. While Luffy struggled more with Cat in the pocket. Plus, again, that's one-on-one. There was other people factoring in that fight. Again, really think about that fight.
He fought somebody with a devil fruit that works on anything. And she didn't even use the devil fruit. Then he fought Sabo with the devil fruit and everything that he is. Then he fought
the only reason why she didn't turn to stone because Haki was involved.
Right. That's the point.
No, but
that's where his Haki level is.
Again, you're going off Haki level. We just know Haki can negate abilities. You can't tell me that Haki can't stop ball handcuffs.
Bullet fought the entire worst generation minus Law and won.
Like not only that though, but he also fought Lucci. Like there's a combination of people who fought together in order to fight him.
He mini Kaido'd on Onigashima, bro. As prep.
Let me ask this right. Lionel, remember the attack that Luffy did to kind of like end the fight? What was it, King Kong gun or something like that, right?
That was good to his ability, not him.
So what did he do?
What?
No, that's his point. Cat could do something mimicking that. He could do awakening just like Cat and make a big size Mochi. The only thing I know is that what?
I'm gonna head out, bro. You let me know when I can come back.
Wait, I'm not trying to get into it,
brother. You gotta go watch the movie again, brother.
So if Bullet goes into his awakened form, and where he's like one shot and 5 vice admirals with one swipe, like
what can Cat do? He gonna build a gummy bear and fight back? Like,
yo, bro.
He can really do this almost the same thing as
to his Bullet. Scale,
and he can see it because he's future sight.
He gonna see his loss?
Even if he could see it, Lionel, like even if he could see it, he ain't gonna stop it.
Because what I'm thinking, whatever Luffy did to like end the fight, whatever. Because we know Bullet was still conscious, wasn't he? Because then they did a busticle on him while he was still there. Like I'm pretty sure Bullet was still like after the attack with that Luffy did.
No, because Luffy, if you go about the King Kong gun was his ability. Then Luffy fights him with Bowman. And the last thing he beats him with the Gatling.
Lionel, put it this way, Lionel. And I just want to say this, and I know it's not canon, but like to me, it's canon because it just fits so well for his character. Blackbeard went all the way down to Impel Down. He searched for the most dangerous people in that level. And after he received all the people that made their way out by defeating the people in their cells, he looked at Bullet, who was in a cell by himself. And he said, nah. And then he went and recruited Aokiji. You get what I'm saying? Like we've always that like there might have been a point where like Luffy needed to fight somebody like Bullet in order to get to Kaido's level, and that level was between either an admiral and a Yonko. This is what we're talking about. He's of that caliber, dog.
I already told you. Cat to me is around admiral level.
Even if he was, he ain't high tier admiral. He ain't being a Kainu. He ain't being Aokiji. He ain't being Kuzan.
I can't say the same thing for Bullet either.
Who are these admirals that Cat is near though? Like on their level? Because we saw Luffy after Onigashima in Snake Man fighting Kizaru, and Kizaru was like, "Yo, calm it down." He needed to go into Gear 5 to start really handling admirals in a way, and that wasn't necessary for Cat. Granted, it wasn't necessary for Bullet either, but
not fully.
Bullet had fought the entire worst generation minus Law. You know what I'm saying?
My point is, we clearly saw when Luffy even went Snake Man, Cat was already adapting to Luffy's fighting style and speed. That happened.
If your argument is that Cat had a Haki bloom and now he can fight Bullet, that's a different story. That's a whole different thing.
No, I'm arguing again. Cat has in his bag what we already said. We give some animals. We give Akainu Awakening and Aokiji Awakening because what they did. Cat already has that. We give Akainu Future Sight because what he did. We see similar with Cat. Cat also has that. But we know for a fact, Cat already has two things what animals could do already. Awakening and Future Sight. But a Cat also has Conquerors, and he was doing Conquerors' advanced techniques a little bit during his fight with Luffy. And Luffy never beat Cat actually in a fight. Go to it. He didn't beat Cat in a fight. And secondly, and he was also adapting to Luffy's speed with Future Sight. So Luffy's using Snake Man in his fastest form and Future Sight, and Cat was already adapting to that fighting style. That Luffy still didn't beat Cat.
And that still wouldn't do nothing about it, bro.
No, my point is, Luffy was fighting an admiral level person towards Cat. You just see it after effect with Bullet.
Brother, he's a first commander, up in a movie. Brother. No matter what you say, he's a first commander.
I get you, but that's like saying, garbage vice admiral level.
No. That's not the same.
No,
that's not the same.
He's Mihawk. He's Shichibukai level. But isn't Mihawk a Yonko level? Isn't Garp Pirate King level? But we have two people named and labeled as a Vice Admiral and Shichibukai, but they're clearly stronger than the average Vice Admiral, obviously, and Shichibukai. I'm doing the same thing with Cat. Cat's a first division commander, but he's clearly implied that he's stronger than the average or regular NCY person. That's what I've been saying this whole time. And I have other references that Oda did it before. He's clearly doing it again with Cat. Cat's the only one YC compared with Conquerors, compared with Future Sight, and compared with Awakening. No NYC, name one, that's compared just like Cat is as the others. There's not. No King, no Marco.
He was fighting Roger, bro. like what are we talking about, brother?
Yeah, I'm so fresh like the morning. Mouth wide open like they yawning. Every time they see me, they in G-Shock. Homie, this is too far. Homie, I feel too alive. You can see me like Illuminati. You can see me like Illuminati. But I'm shining so bright. Don't come and try to share some of this light now. Give me a beat and I control it like a maestro. Ladies on a mission, they be trying to get me wiped up. Shouty, wait a minute, can't tell if I like ya. Gotta make sure you know how to shake it like a bartender. Team with me and they all winners. And you know we ballin' all winner.
He was fighting Roger. Granted, we don't know how hard Roger was going, but we know that he fought Roger multiple times. That's the reason why he got kicked off the ship.
15 to 13 years old. He's a kid fighting a grown man and is relatively prime and he's sick. Does that matter? He's not going to do anything.
That's the point.
But Lionel, Luffy was fighting Bullet with Snake Man, and Bullet was in base, not even using his Devil Fruit, and won that exchange.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, look back. They were actually relatively even. We watched the movie.
He got knocked out of Snake Man. Bullet then went into his Devil Fruit.
Bashi, we watched the movie. I already watched it.
There's no way you can rewatch this movie and think Cat could beat this man.
I'm going to use Cat's own words. Remember what he said to Luffy when he's talking about Haki? Cat said that there's levels to this. Yes, Cat's able to use all of them, but we understand he's not using them at the levels of the top. But you brought up multiple times. You brought up with Big Mom and you bring up with Kaido, whatever. When Luffy clashed with Cat, with his Haki, Luffy, remember, did this in his hands. There's been instances where Bullet and Luffy clashed with their Hakis, whatever.
did that happen to Luffy?
But
That Luffy went like this with his hands.
Milano, remember.
No, it didn't happen.
Milano, you're forgetting. Now this is a stronger Luffy because he already experienced this with Cat. So Luffy grew with his Haki with that from Cat. Because the only time this happened again when he was on Egghead fighting a Gorosei member. You know what I'm saying? Because he grew with his Haki.
Brother, I just watched this fight. It was 2 minutes long, Lionel.
Bro.
And Luffy's in Gear 4 Snake Man. Literally, this is what's happening. He's blocking some of the Snake Man, and he's also getting tagged by the Snake Man. And guess what? He didn't use Haki at all except once. And the one time he used it, he punched Luffy in the face. Luffy punched him in the face. They both shot back, and Luffy was out of Snake Man.
So you punched Luffy out of Snake Man?
He punched Luffy out of Snake Man. And it was one Haki punch, bro. The rest of the fight, he wasn't even using Haki hardening the way Katakuri was. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Katakuri wasn't doing business because he was dodging Snake Man. But he was also using Haki most of the time, especially Future Sight.
Wow, this is bad, bro. I'm sorry. I love you to death.
But I'm going to say there is times where a Cat did knock Luffy out of it, but it wasn't like one punch, like what Bullet did. It was like
I'm not that. Cat could put up a fight. I'm not saying he getting. Honestly, I am still saying he getting smoked. But the what we're saying is Bullet did that after he fought the entire worst generation. Like after minus one.
You could also
can Cat do that? Can Cat take on?
No, absolutely not. I'm sorry.
He could.
Lionel, bro, you don't believe this.
So Luffy's there, right? We saw Luffy fighting Cat 1-on-1. Luffy's there. So you're thinking Cat could take on Luffy. Well, we just saw that and everyone else like Bullet did.
I at least saw Jinbei with the whole group. I at least saw at the Tea Party Jinbei, who's stronger than the majority of the worst generation, try to fight Cat, and Jinbei couldn't do nothing against Cat. He dodged Jinbei's attack like it was nothing.
They're jumping Bullet, Lionel. It's not like, I beat one of these guys individually here, and then another guy individually here.
My point
He's
is
fighting Drake, Kid, Killer, Zoro. Not Zoro. I don't think Zoro was there. No. Zoro wasn't there.
No,
right?
he wasn't.
Luffy,
Sanji weren't there.
Pooh Hawkins.
Law wasn't there.
Lionel, you becoming Sebastian with Kid, bro.
No, I'm not.
I've never defended.
Yeah,
Kid
this is bad, bro.
I would never say this about Kid.
It's bad, bro.
You should. It doesn't make any sense. You say about Kid. There's no logical evidence to say it. I actually have backing to say what I'm saying. Kid doesn't have any backing. So when you're saying it just sounds like you're talking.
Listen, man.
Talking crap.
This is crazy, bro.
Listen, man. We got some more super chats.
I wonder if there's another series where a guy could fight a guy evenly, and a fan could think that guy could fight that guy plus 11 other people at the same time and still win.
I do think that Cat would have put Luffy down if it wasn't for so much plot going in Luffy's favor way quicker than what he was experiencing. But I do agree with you, overall.